Welcome back to the truth, where we try to find the truth and try to sometimes predict games, what's going to happen. So getting into it, we're actually going to talk about predictions for the week since tomorrow, which is Thursday. So this will be a later upload on Wednesday, video on Thursday. You'll get this video on Thursday morning, so you can watch it. Just kind of going, hey, what are the games we're looking at? What are we kind of looking through? What's possible? Using Pro Football Network. Starting off, we have Buffalo and Miami. To give you an idea, Buffalo. Actually, I can scroll through here. Why am I doing that? Buffalo Bills. Kind of give you a. Tyrion Johnson is out. Dwayne Smooth is also out for the Thursday game against the Dolphins. And Javon Sullivan, he is questionable. He's doubtful, actually, with an oblique injury. Now, remember, this is a team who let go a lot of starting players. They have won a game, but this is a team who let go a lot of starting players. And if we go to the Miami Dolphins, kind of looking at their injury report, okay, well, you kind of got a little bit more. Well, Raheem Mostert's out. That sucks. That's one of the best running backs. Devon Achane was limited in practice through walkthroughs. He's questionable, so keep an eye out. If he's not playing, that run game is probably not going to be there. Malik Washington is out with a quadricep. And then keep in mind they have Tyreek Hill, Devontae Smith, and OBJ. And then Elijah Campbell, their safety is questionable. I'm actually going to go with the Dolphins at home. I don't know if it's going to be 25-22. That's just what this says. Take that with what you will from Pro Football Network. I just think the Dolphins are going to win this game. You know, when you it's I'd watch out for the run game, but it's more of like hey, Bills, you lost a lot of pieces. I don't know if you're going to be able to keep up with a high-powered offense like Miami. Getting into the next game, we have Las Vegas versus the Baltimore Ravens. The Raiders, Jackson Powers Johnson is illness limited in practice. I'd watch out for those illnesses. Can get kind of tricky. DeCamerion Richardson is questionable. Andre James and Colton Miller is questionable. Tyree Wilson is questionable with a knee injury. He did not practice. That sucks, especially when you're playing the Ravens. Those are some key pieces for them. Something to watch out for. Kyle Van Noy, all three of their linebackers, and that's something interesting to watch. Kyle Van Noy did not practice with an oblique injury. Isaac Yadam Adise Isaac, had a hamstring limited, and Roquan Smith had a shoulder limited. Keep that in mind, because here's the thing though. If you're down linebackers, that's huge for the Raiders. Because you have to get that run game going. Can they keep up with Lamar played really well last week? Can they keep up with them? I don't think so. Give me the Ravens. Carolina versus the Chargers, kind of giving you an idea, hey, what are the Chargers looking like? Los Angeles Chargers, what are they looking like? How are they looking at? Son Haskins is limited. Joshua Palmer, limited. That's something to keep an eye out for because they do not have a deep receiving core. Denzel Perryman is questionable. Aloy Gilman did not practice. Joey Bosa was limited. Jazir Taylor did not practice. I think a big one here is Joshua Palmer, Denzel Perryman, and Joey Bosa. If Bosa doesn't play, that's huge. But I will say this: Clowney didn't practice. Neiman, Lewis, Hunt are questionable. Their punter Hecker is questionable. Tommy Tremble returned to practice but was limited. Derek Brown is on injury reserve. That is huge because Derek Brown is really the only thing that's keeping that defensive line together after they traded. He'll miss the remainder of the season. Isaiah Thomas is also on injury reserve. Oh, wrong one. Whoopsie. That's my film. Give me the Chargers. I think this is not going to be close. I think this is going to be more of a beatdown. New Orleans versus Dallas. Kind of looking into it. Going to the Saints. For New Orleans, Marshawn did not practice Wednesday with a hip/hamstring. That's something to watch out for. Tyron did not practice with a heel injury. That's something to watch out. Limited Holker, Talise Fuaga is questionable. Kalen Saunders is questionable. DeMarco Jackson, Jalen Ford, both backup guys. Foster Moreau was limited due to a concussion. That's something to watch out for. Talise Fuaga, I said that before. Some pretty impactful starters for the Saints. So that's gonna suck if they can't do it for them because that's big for them. Marshawn Nealon did not practice. That's something to watch out for. CJ Goodwin's questionable. Jake Ferguson did not practice. Yeah, give me. Sorry, one second. I keep pressing that. I'm gonna switch that. Give me the Cowboys at home. I just think I don't think this one will be close either. I just think, hey, with the given situation of possibly not having Marshawn Lattimore, possibly not having Tyrann Mathieu, that's huge going up against this receiving core. They are a little deep at corner, the Saints, but I don't know how deep they are at safety, and that's the real big key there. You preferably like all bullets in the gun when if you're the Saints, not play the Cowboys. Tampa Bay versus Detroit. If I'm going to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kalijah Cansey did not practice. That's huge. Zion McCollum, concussion was limited. That's something to watch out for. KJ Britt, illness. That's something to watch out for. Bryce Hall is on injury reserve. Antoine Winfield is in a walking boot. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, that does not look good for them. There's Detroit, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, the Lions. Their safety didn't practice. Marcus Davenport didn't practice. Kirby Joseph didn't practice. Penei Sewell is questionable. Jameson Williams limited. Give me the Lions at home. Packers versus the Colts. Going to the Green Bay Packers. This is a rough one because they lost their starting quarterback. Kenny Clark, limited. Josh Jacobs, limited. Jordan Love. They said it's open. I don't know if I'd play Jordan Love. Yeah, I don't know if you want to kind of risk screwing up your starting quarterback. But he's doubtful. Marshawn Lord's questionable. That's huge if you don't have Jordan Love because he does a lot for them, especially now in the season. And then they're playing the Indianapolis Colts, who played a close game with the Houston Texans. Julian Blackmon did not practice. Quinny Pay did not practice. Josh Downs limited. DeForest Buckner limited. Juju Brett's out for the season. Dang, that's tough. DeForest Buckner, Quiddy Pay, that's just huge. Julian Blackmon, Josh Downs. I'll say this: if Jordan Love is starting, give me Green Bay, but if not, give me the Colts. And right now, Jordan Love is doubtful, so give me the Colts. I don't know because they traded for Malik Willis. I don't know how he's going to look in his offense. It's going to be like his first. He's going to be like his second week in the offense, and he has to start against the Colts. I don't know how well he's going to do. I know they have a decent run game. That's if I know you could pretend DeForest Buckner and Kwity Paye could be out, but if they're in, that's you're taking that game last. I don't know. It's a pretty good line. And then getting into it, we have Cleveland, who got beat by Dallas, and then Jacksonville as well. The Cleveland Browns, looking at it. Here's a big thing for them. They didn't have their starting tackles last week. Jedrick Wills Jr. did not practice. That's going to be impactful. Practice limited. That's going to be something to watch out for. Jake Conklin, who's questionable. Alex Wright, David Tomlinson, Joel Bonito. Maurice Hurst is injury reserve. Juan Thornhill, David Njoku. That sucks because you kind of need all bullets in the gun for everyone you're trying to play. Because Jacksonville does have some good players on their team. Cameron Robinson is questionable. Daniel Thomas is questionable. Tyrese Campbell is doubtful, so that's something to watch out for. He's expected to miss time after suffering a hamstring injury. With that said, that's not a lot. Give me the Jaguars at home. San Fran versus Minnesota. Going to the 49ers. Yetur Gross-Matos. He did not practice. Safety was limited. Juwan Jennings, limited. Christian McCaffrey, limited. The calf/Achilles. I think it was people were kind of mad that they didn't find out till like an hour before that Christian McCaffrey wasn't playing, but they still have an insane team. D. Winters, Ricky Parcels is out. He's been out for a while. He got shot, so hopefully he comes back healthy. D. Winters, linebacker, questionable. Aaron Banks, considered day-to-day due to a calf contusion. And they are playing the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings, here's the tough one. If I scroll down, JJ McCarthy, injury reserve. That sucks. Dalton Risner, injury reserve. That sucks. TJ Hawkinson, out. That sucks. Jordan Addison, he did not practice. That sucks. Andrew Vernikel did not practice. That sucks. Bradbury, center, is questionable. Give me the 49ers. You're going to need all bullets in the gun against the 49ers if you're trying to win that game. Seahawks versus New England. Seattle going to it. Tyreek Colin, limited. Jerome Baker, limited. Tyler Dotson did not practice. Noah Fant, limited. Jones, questionable. Trent Brown, questionable. Tyler Lockett, limited. Kenneth Walker, non-participant. Nwosu will not play. And then George Fant ruled out for the Sunday game, questionable with the knee injury, kind of something to monitor. And then the Patriots, New England. Wheatley Jr. is out. Birch, limited. Jennings, limited. Antoine Gibson, limited. Jabril Peppers, limited. Wise Jr., questionable. Lowe, questionable. And so questionable. Christian Barmore is out. Kind of. Also, where is it? Cole Strange is out. He's on the PUP. Kendrick Bourne. He's starting the list on the PUP. That's impactful. Give me the Seahawks. They have weapons. They have guys. They're going to be able to throw the ball downfield. Tennessee versus New York. The Jets. Reed with a knee injury. is questionable. Carter was limited. Barnes, injury reserve. Wes, injury reserve. Reddick, out. It's a contract dispute. That one sucks for them. That one really does suck for them. And just checking again, they'll be playing the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee, looking at it, Gray out. They haven't had really anything. This is tough. Do I want the Jets? Who do I think will probably win? They have Sauce Gardner. I don't know. I like Rodgers. Give me the Jets. Don't be surprised if the Titans keep this close. Don't be surprised if the Titans win this game. The Titans could pull out a win just by controlling the run game. They have a good run game. They have a good defensive line. That could screw up Rodgers. Keep that in mind. Washington versus the Jets. The Giants, sorry. New York Giants. Muosu, linebacker, questionable. Slayton did not practice. Gunner is going to miss weeks. McLeod, knee injury, questionable. That's something to keep an eye out for. Against Washington, the Commanders. Newton did not practice. Owens is questionable. And then Marcus Mariota is out. Give me Washington. I think the Giants are going to go 0-2. I think having a guy like Jaden Daniels is going to give them fits. It's going to kind of mess things up with the run game. And it's going to open up some passes for the lack of receivers that he has. The Rams versus the Cardinals. The Rams. Durant did not practice, was held out. Puka Nacua is on injury reserve. Newborn, injury reserve. Avila, injury reserve. Dotson is questionable. He's day-to-day. And Havenstein, off the tackle, is questionable. Going to the Cardinals. Williams is out. Xavier Weaver is questionable. Max Melton is questionable. Give me the Rams. I think that run game is going to be impactful for them. Chiefs versus the Bengals. Going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Logan Wilson did not practice. Mims, questionable, limited. Hudson did not practice. BJ Hill, questionable. T. Higgins isn't practicing. That's big. It's not official. Like, if they're not practicing by Friday, they're not playing. Like, that's how that's really working. Chris Jenkins Jr. is questionable. And it's the Bengals versus the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a team you need all bullets in the gun for. Kansas City Chiefs. Brown didn't practice, and then Allaire is injured. How well Mahomes played last week, and usually the Bengals start out slow. Give me the Chiefs. This is going to be an interesting game. The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Denver Broncos. Pittsburgh. Wilson, limited. Moore, questionable. Russell Wilson, limited. But, I mean, if I'm being all honest, the backup didn't do too bad. I think he played pretty well. Ogunjobi, questionable. Rush, questionable. Johnson, injured reserve. And then you have the Denver Broncos. Bortles didn't practice. Veal didn't practice. Reynolds didn't practice. Luke, their center, didn't practice. Ellis, questionable. Estime is on IR. Yeah, give me, with how many turnovers they did, give me the Steelers. I think that pressure's going to mess them up. I think pressure's going to mess up that rookie quarterback. Chicago versus Houston. Chicago Bears. Walker is questionable. Their fullback's questionable. Bates is questionable. Keenan Allen. Rest day. If he's having a rest day, I think he's pretty good. Odunze did not practice, considered day to day. Pickens questionable. I like the receiving core too. And who are they playing? They're playing the Texans. Houston. Schultz did not practice. Injured reserve on their starting corner. MJ Stewart, questionable. Give me the Texans. I like the Texans in this matchup. Atlanta versus Philly. The Atlanta Falcons going to Philadelphia. Hamilton Sr., questionable. Eifler is out. Actually, they're relatively healthy. The Philadelphia Eagles. White is questionable, and Rodgers is questionable. Give me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to dominate this game. When you play a team who, if I'm looking at Pittsburgh, really doesn't have that high-powered of an offense, and then you're going to a team like Philadelphia who's like, they got two number ones and a good number two at number three. Like, what are you going to do at that point, And not talking about the run game either. As long as Philadelphia plays clean, they'll win the game. And then you also have Kirk Cousins, who's already threw 2 picks, who did force a fumble, almost had a second forced fumble, I think. This is a game where Kirk Cousins could look rough. Like Kirk Cousins, like he's playing a better secondary. He's playing a tougher team. He's gonna have to score. He's gonna be put in positions where he has to score. It's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. But yeah, going through it, here's what I have. I have in the East, in the AFC East, I have the Dolphins 2-0. I have the Patriots 1-1, Jets 1-1, and Bills 1-1. I have in the AFC North the Steelers 2-0, the Ravens 1-1, the Bengals 0-2, and the Browns 0-2. In the AFC South, I have the Steelers 2-1, the Jaguars 1-1, the Colts 1-1, and the Titans 0-2. In the AFC West, I have the Chargers 2-0, the Chiefs 2-0, the Broncos 0-2, and the Raiders 0-2. I like the Raiders. The Raiders have some nice pieces. Are the Raiders playing? Just quick reminder. Oh, yeah, there it is. Never mind. The NFC have Dallas 2-0, Eagles, Philadelphia 2-0, Washington 1-1, the Giants 0-2. And the North, I have the Lions 2-0, I have the Vikings 1-1, the Bears 1-1, and the Packers 0-2. In the NFC South, I have the Saints 1-1, the Bucks tied 1-1, the Falcons 0-2, the Panthers 0-2. In the NFC West, I have the 49ers 2-0, the Seahawks 2-0, the Rams 1-1, and the Cardinals 0-2. Let me know what y'all think. Let me communicate with me. Tell me, what do y'all think? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. I'll talk to y'all next time.